This is the PCW for the AR10. It's a compact drop-in kit for the AR10 platform. This is going to be an in-depth look at all of its features, components. I'll do a rough overview of how it works. I'll take it apart, put it back together, and then show you each of the parts individually, how they fit together. So first up, it's just a really compact stock or brace for the AR10. It's got dual recoil springs on the inside, which I'll show you in a minute. And it's pretty simple. It's just got button-free deployment. So you just grab your stock or brace, and then it locks into several different grooves. And the button to collapse it's right here. And then we've got our Gen 3 AR10 buffer tube and end cap on the back here. If you've never seen the inside of our kit, this is actually a full-length AR10 BCG on the inside. So to take it apart, make sure it's clear. And then your end cap here just screws right off the back. And then once you get near the end, you're going to want to push on your end cap so it doesn't force the springs to fly out. You've got your end cap with your recoil spring, which is a long skinny one. And then your plunger spring, and spring cap in the back. Your plunger spring, spring cap. So that's how we're able to get the system so short in the back. You've got these dual recoil springs instead of a really long typical buffer that's in the back. Then pop your takedown pins like you normally would. You can see your full-length AR10 bolt. And to reassemble, it's just the same process but in reverse. Make sure you get your charging handle in the right spot. Close upper and lower. I like to move the stock out of the way. Makes it a little easier for getting all the springs in. Grab your plunger spring, and spring cap. That goes in the back. Take your end cap with your recoil spring on it. And the first couple times you do this might be a little difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Screw your end cap on, and then do a bit of a functions check here. Just try to always make sure your bolt, all the springs got seated correctly by locking your bolt to the rear. And that's how you know everything's put together right. You can send your bolt home. So that's the component, how it works on your weapon. Now I'm going to show you all the individual components. First up is going to be the collar. A pretty simple design. And then you have your locking mechanism, which is a really simple one piece of steel. You can see in these flats where they fit onto the bar, and then this lip here and this lip here are actually what lock onto the bar. And then the only other component on the inside is a spring. The spring just fits over your metal locking mechanism and then slides into your collar. And hopefully you can see from the video how it locks on each bar. See those metal the lock mech right there. Those are the two spots that lock onto your bars. And then on the bottom we've got two QD mounts, kind of like a left side, right side. It's just wide enough, almost exactly as wide as the collar itself, so it fits without hitting your lower or grip. Then you've got your detent that fits into the back of your lower when you install it. We've got our AR10 Gen 3 buffer tube. And this buffer tube for the AR10 is just a little bit longer than our AR15 style. You can see the cuts here. It actually has a O-ring on here. So when you take your end cap, this has a cutout right on the lip for that O-ring. So once you get this screwed on a little bit, you can see it's pretty loose, and that's pretty much where it stops. You have about a whole turn here where that O-ring provides good pressure and it's not going to come loose. The end cap and the guide rod in itself, the new Gen 3 style. Really good knurling on there for this one. And then the inside with the threads. This is the brace for it. Our new style with this bungee cord on here. This bungee cord just comes off and then you wrap it around your arm to act as a brace. Show you the stock up a little closer. Here's a good look at the bars. See the different lengths of pull. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's screw holes on the end of each one of these so that when you pull it, that screw acts as a stop so that you can't pull the bars all the way out. So disassembly of this is actually fairly easy. Just take your screws out. Each bar has it. And then you can just pull your stock or brace right out of the back. Just got to hold your button in here so the spring doesn't fly out. And then your whole stock assembly comes out with your locking mechanism, and then its spring. And those are the entire components to take your stock apart and clean it or oil it or whatever you have to do. And then you saw earlier some of the springs. Your kit will actually come with an instruction sheet on how to install it. And I have made some installation videos too. Pretty easy. The only thing you really need is just your AR-15 buttstock wrench to assemble and disassemble. And then the important part is going to actually be your spring card. And this kind of shows how it all works. So you've got, for the AR-10, it comes with our 3 different recoil springs. You have a red, blue, and a black. And then 3 different plunger springs. And how these springs work are, the red is kind of the lightest version. And you always want to start with your black springs. These are the heaviest ones. You'd start with these 2 springs, and then if you're having issues with ejection pattern or just getting it to cycle based off of how long your barrel is or your gas system or whatever you're running, you can kind of mix and match according to that spring card. Different ones, the blue is the medium weight, and then the red is the lightweight. So you can start with your black, and then you could, if that's too heavy and not getting it to cycle right, you can switch down to a blue spring to fine tune it into whatever you're running. That's a rough overview of all the components. And again, it comes as either a stock or a brace. And this is the PCW for the AR-10. If you need any more info, go to the website and check out all of our other products at deadfootarms.com. Thanks for watching.